Well, welcome back to 700 Club Canada, Christa. So glad to have you.
Well, thanks for having me.
So where did you find yourself? Were you far from God? Did you know God?
Well, it was a Catholic home, and we all got baptized first week that we were born. It was just kind of tradition for our family, and we went to church every Sunday. Went through the sacraments. I remember it being really important to me, but I didn't know why. I don't think I really ever had this relationship with Jesus like I do now, and I kind of understand why a little bit more as I've matured. But yeah, it was a challenging time because I saw what God was doing in some people's lives, and I thought, hey, if that's what you get from the Lord, then I don't want that.
Hmm. So did you
So
feel God wasn't fair? That he didn't love you? He wasn't loving?
I didn't know that that's what He was there for me. I didn't know it was. I didn't take it personally. I just saw a lot of people that would proclaim to be Christians or faith filled, um, not being very kind.
Right.
So and I think a lot of people think that we have these expectations of people that have Jesus in their lives, that they should be better, that they should know better, that they should do better, but we're all sinners. And I didn't understand that. I was too little to really understand it. But I knew that I was confused.
Yeah.
Really confused, to a point where I started trying to figure out, like, I knew I had something in me. I knew that there was something. It didn't feel like we just, boom, all of a sudden we're here on this earth and we're doing it alone. It just never felt like that. But I didn't know what my direction was going to be, or who was helping me, or any of that. So I started getting into looking into different, churches and religions, and kind of trying to find my way.
You told me that you met some very, you know, Christians that actually were really loving towards you, and you were in a very unique place. You and your husband had crossed the border, I think, to go to a concert. Tell me, who did God use to reach you with the good news of Jesus? Like, where were you? What led to it?
Well, it was so cool because it there's no explanation to, like, if there's no way it wasn't God. Like, that's the way I feel it. And my husband and I were not doing so good. We were really struggling in our marriage. I still had a distorted view on my relationships. I wasn't able to, like, to speak. We were really struggling. It wasn't fun at that point, to the point that I was ready to just walk away. And then he gets these tickets to a concert. And I was like, I know exactly where you're going, because I had almost bought the same tickets to this concert the week before, but I was mad at him, and I was like, I'm not doing this. Right. We had gotten into this, like, really heated time. And I was like, so we went down. I was like, okay, we got to go to this concert now. And I was still, like, nursing my daughter, so I couldn't leave for a long time. But we get there and we go to walk in, and the guys are like, um, the band's not even here yet. Like, they're probably not going to show up for a while. You may as well just go back across the street where you were. Don't bother coming in yet. And as we were walking out, there was these five guys walking towards us, or four guys walking towards us. And I just said, like, the band's not here yet. There's no point in going in. So, we start walking with them and going over to this restaurant, and I pretty much talk to anybody. And one of the guys is like, we came from Canada to watch the show. And, it was like, hey, I'm from St. Catharines. I live in Grimsby. And I was like, hey, we live in Grimsby. And we're like, where do you live? And they're like, Udale Way. And I'm like, I live on Udale Way. That's really crazy.
Wow.
So here we are, neighbors. And it actually ended up being a group of guys from a worship band here in town.